as we're going to get to our next match. This is probably the biggest match of the night. We're going to drop the cell. Ladies and gentlemen, Hell in a Cell, Armageddon, 6-man for the European Championship. Jake, these 6 men are... this is how you're eligible for the European Championship. You must be from Europe.
Now, to recap our fighters,
yes.
Obviously, let's start off with the big ones. The current champion, William Regal, who, in my opinion, will not walk out of here. But then you've got, I mean, look at who he's got to beat. He's got to beat Sheamus. I mean, the walking can of mayo. Let's be honest here. Sheamus? Really? Wade Barrett, the most stuck-up British guy on the planet?
Oh, here we go. Hold that thought, Jake. He also has to take on this man, Mason Ryan from Cardiff, Wales.
And you know, let's be honest here. For those of you who don't know, so let's recap the rules of it already been Hell in a Cell.
Chamber for the MUW Championship at Redemption.
It is the walking can of mayo, Sean.
Nope, it's the Celtic Warrior, the Great White Sheamus. And I gotta be honest with you, I think this is your favorite to win it right now.
I do, and it looks as though Sheamus got a little more tan.
Well,
he might have been hitting the beaches, Sean.
It's quite debatable.
He may have been hitting the beaches. He does not look as mayo-y as usual. Somebody put some sugar in this marshmallow fluff, Sean.
Leave the guy in 3rd.
Really? You think there's somebody bigger? Yeah, well, I have to put William Regal #1 is the biggest douchebag. Correct? Would you agree with that statement?
He's a bit of a douche, but not that much. I think this man... I think he keeps it quiet.
5th man of the night. 4th man.
4th man, and it is the European champion, William Regal.
Now, how much do you want to bet he's packing those brass knuckles inside his pants?
Oh, like good old times? Why not? Hey, listen, I'll tell you what, it's all legal. This is a Hell in a Cell Armageddon match. This is all legal. Well, here comes...
Oh, dear.
A very, very talented technical wrestler. The pride of Chelsea, England, the Royal Warrior, Bryce Richard.
Now, I might be the only one who says this, but I love this guy already. And not having seen him fought, I love this guy. I would like to see him walk out of here as the European champion tonight.
Well, a borderline main eventer on Velocity. Yes, Jake, he's one of your guys.
So he's news was coming, sir, and I think we can all be in agreement that, you know, if there was a title for biggest douchebag, he would have it hands down.
Well, I think we can be in agreement that this man, the douchebaggery, if you could open up a dictionary, and and there was a definition of snot-nosed douchebag Englishman, you'd see Wade Barrett. You would see Wade Barrett's picture with a rose next to it.
You know, either that, or if you just looked up Wade Barrett, you'd find the picture of a douchebag. So either way. Now, regardless of how big of a douchebag he is, he can wrestle. Let's be honest.
He's an absolutely terrific talent. Don't get me wrong.
Now, as much of an urge as you have to, you know, punch him in the face, he is a good wrestler, and he might very well walk out of here, not only having title of biggest douchebag, but also European champion.
Yes, exactly. So here we go. The European Championship will be on the line.
And for all you Americans out there, you gotta bear with us. I understand that you don't care for much of these guys, but, you know, attempt to watch through because you are, in fact, watching a pay-per-view. So here we go, Sean. Who do you like in this match?
I'm going to stick with my man Sheamus. This match is going to get ugly very quickly. Let's take a look. Drew McIntyre's taking on Wade Barrett. Mason Ryan and Sheamus going at it. That's a great matchup. And Bryce Richard versus one of his many mentors, William Regal.
Now, is it just me or did Sheamus get more pale?
I think that Sheamus's paleness just he just gets paler.
By the second, he's got a pale disease apparently. He looks like a walking albino, Sean. I almost took him as a polar bear. Anyways, moving on with the match.
We got Mason Ryan fighting with Wade Barrett, and Wade Barrett, nice swinging neck breaker. And a chop block there by Drew McIntyre.
You know, I gotta point out again about Sheamus. If you put him next to our turnbuckles, he would fit in like camouflage. He also matches our logo, and if we were playing Find Waldo, he would be an easy find.
Well, jokes aside, of course, the Celtic Warrior Sheamus, a two-time WWE champion, one-time United States champion, a man that looks to try to fight his way back into the World Heavyweight Championship talks, of course, in the WWE. In the MUW, he is as well, along with Mason Ryan, is going to be in that elimination chamber for the MUW Championship. So a couple main eventers in this matchup. Bryce Richard is actually in the elimination chamber. I just looked at it again. Bryce Richard actually is in the elimination chamber for World Heavyweight Championship. A great couple of opportunities to go pick up some secondary titles for these two competitors as they're facing each other off right now to your left, as the other four men are brawling it out as we are in Hell in a Cell. We're here at Rebirthing, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, December 13th, here in the MUW Arena. Sean Bretherick with you. My color commentator is Jake Dudinsky. We are, of course, the GMs of the respective shows, Impact and Velocity. I am the GM of Velocity. And, of course, Jake Dudinsky, the general manager of Impact.
And now, while we get a moment here while these guys are slugging it out, I think now would be a good time to highlight some of the upcoming matches, Sean. And
yes.
I am receiving word now that a certain somebody is coming back. And, ladies and gentlemen, that somebody will be Edge.
Yes. Edge is going to be reinstating his Hardcore Championship, and he's going to defend it against an opponent that he says is a very talented wrestler, and that's all he's keeping it to. I guess we're going to find out who he's facing. That match will be next. It's going to be an Extreme Rules 2 out of 3 falls.
Yes, I was about to say, Edge has kept it very secretive as to who he is fighting. All we know is that he has handpicked his opponent. So also
that's how
going
the
on
Hardcore
tonight,
Championship goes.
Also going on tonight, as we mentioned earlier, the Cruiserweight Championship match. You know, Ryan Lynch, the disheartened teenager, has been having a chance to heal up. Will he be ready to go tonight in that match against Chavo and Jordan Anderson?
Well, it's going to be a triple threat ladder match. A ladder match with cruiserweights. Actually, excuse me, it's a TLC match, actually.
I'm
look at Bryce Richard go. Look at that move. That was actually Emerald Flosion. That was a move that was used by Japanese wrestlers at points. Bryce Richard, just a very good, technically knowledgeable wrestler.
Now, let's talk to Andersons here for a minute, because, as you can tell, this match is going to go on for quite a bit.
Yes.
The Andersons at the end of last year were,
Well, hold on a second. We got ourselves a pinfall and a quick breakup by Sheamus.
By the can of mayo. Anyways, I'm sorry, I can't resist, Sean. Just looking at the paleness.
Yes.
Either way, so the Andersons last year they went on a tear in MUW, as just introduced his younger brother Jordan in later in the year, and he will in fact be fighting tonight. What are your thoughts on that?
Listen, I think Jordan Anderson is a much deserving wrestler. I think he deserves to get that Cruiserweight title shot. I think he should probably work his way up into the United States Championship look. And then from there, join up with his brother, do some tag team title stuff. We're going to have a cover here and another breakup by Bryce Richard. We got, him and Justice Anderson are a great tag team. Tag teams are going to be such a big thing in the MUW. We're just going to be touching up on those later.
Especially this year.
We actually have ourselves a tag team actually right now in this ring. And it's Sheamus and Mason Ryan, actually. They're going to be actually taking on the Awesome Truth at Redemption.
Now, also, to tag on tonight's main event, as far as we know, it is going to be the World Heavyweight Championship, Mark Henry versus Sin Cara. What are your thoughts on that, Sean?
If you talk about two different types of wrestlers, I think Sin Cara and Mark Henry are on a complete opposite sides of the spectrum. Bryce Richard reverses the camel clutch. And William Regal with a great move into a pin.
And where's the count? Is it over?
It's Oh, man, broken up after 2. William Regal almost got himself a job.
Yeah, William Regal there, almost getting his contract signed out of the blue.
Exactly.
Now, can they, in fact, actually break out of this cell, Sean?
Yes, they can, in fact, if they do certain moves against the Steel. Look out, Mason Ryan! Oh, what a great move on his tag team partner. Of course, it's every man for himself. Oh, boy.
As Drew McIntyre over there in the Confederate colors was down for quite a bit.
Look out! Ooh, broken up by Wade Barrett there.
And might I just take a minute, Sean, to comment on how well, you are dressed tonight for the MUW Rebirthing show.
House of Pain! Mason Ryan hitting the House of Pain.
And this could get ugly fast. Once again, this is Jake Daninsky and Sean Broderick here at
there's
Rebirthing.
that signature sidewalk slam, a swinging sidewalk slam. And now Mason Ryan, what is he going to do?
To his partner.
Waist slam by Wade Barrett. Waist slam by Wade Barrett. We got to cover. The 1, the 2,
down.
And the 3.
Is it over?
It's over!
It's over! Wow! We didn't even notice. Wade Barrett is Junior European Champion and William Regal is out of the job.
Wade Barrett is the European Champion.
I mean, that just happened so fast, Sean.
Well, I was looking at it the entire way. Mason Ryan was in the middle of doing a taunt. Meanwhile, Bryce Richard was in the middle of doing a move. None of them were in any position to go break up the pin. Wasteland always comes through, and unfortunately, the Mad Guy wins this one.
Now, did I not tell you that when he came down to the ring, he might be the biggest douchebag, but it wouldn't surprise me if he winds up winning this match.
Correct. You're absolutely correct. Mason Ryan, unfortunately, had probably the best momentum. But Wade Barrett is your European champion.
And I might say at this year's awards, that might be the stupidest move of the year, taunting in the middle of a match when your opponent is pinning someone.
Yes. Let's get to our next match, the Hardcore Championship. And it's going to be an Extreme Rules 2 out of 3 falls. Let's see who's Edge going to face.